I'm Shashi Dookhee. I'm Director of IT here at Fortify Software. So I run the IT organization worldwide for including our software as a service platform and our internal IT systems. Fortify Software is a software vendor who has a suite of software that ensures that applications are secure. We have data centers around the world with our primary data center located here at our headquarters. We are heavily virtualized on the VMware platform. Today our environment consists of approximately 40 machines worldwide, upon which we run approximately 500 to 600 virtual machines. The issues we're running into with virtualization today are that due to the rapid growth of our environment, we found that managing our I/O infrastructure was becoming more and more difficult due to the number of discrete devices that we were having to manage in conjunction with the amount of cost that traditional networking was requiring in terms of space, power, cooling, just the number of HBAs, network cards, the size of the machines was ever increasing. So we would have to go with 2U machines rather than 3U machines, rather than the 1U machines. So all these problems, made us stop and think that as we were expanding, that we would need to look at the I/O issues. We decided to look at all the different technologies that were available in the market today. Our choices essentially came down to traditional networking or some kind of unified I/O technology. So when we started looking at virtual I/O, we looked at the market and what was available today, and it seemed to pretty much to us come down to really two choices. The two choices were being the converged Ethernet route, which Cisco is promoting heavily, or the virtual I/O route, which is Xsigo's path. After examining both technologies, we did some extensive research around both technologies and found that the Cisco solution which essentially used a conversion of fiber channel to fiber channel over Ethernet, and then used standard 10 gig connections down to the servers, was essentially not as efficient as the Xsigo solution that we felt. The Xsigo solution, we felt we could get far more bandwidth, was far more scalable, was far more cost effective, and was also more mature in the market. We found that the Cisco solution was still an evolving standard, where the manufacturers were still presenting pre-standard technology to the market, for which no one actually really had much idea about where it was really going. So we felt far more comfortable with the Xsigo solution overall, and the Xsigo philosophy of using InfiniBand on the back end, which is a high bandwidth protocol, low latency, giving us exactly what we wanted, essentially. The fact that we could also provision network cards and fiber channel HBAs, virtual fiber channel HBAs and virtual network cards on the fly was also extremely enticing, as well as the integration that Xsigo had worked on with VMware. So VMware seemed to be a very heavy supporter of the Xsigo solution, and with all the integrations into VMware's vSphere platform, the UI integrations, and all this, it just seemed a very polished platform. After implementing the Xsigo solution in our environment, we currently have 2 wires to every server for I/O, which provides us all of our, provides us full redundancy over 2 separate physical paths, provides us full transport of our fiber channel data, our Ethernet data, all at 20 gigs per path, so meaning that we have up to 40 gigs of bandwidth into each server. We can essentially reconfigure our entire data center from the other side of the world, essentially. Our cabling is all done once. When we add new hosts to the environment, we essentially use pixie booting for our hosts. So we can essentially throw new hosts in, and within minutes have those hosts online with full storage, and we can configure that storage on the fly. If a host goes down, we can use the Xsigo interface to move virtual HPAs and virtual network cards over to other hosts. The flexibility is what we were most impressed with.